Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, your boy, Dysfunctional's World. Welcome to my daily diary. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Dysfunctional's World. Today, I'm bringing you a new series. It's going to be called Daily Diary, but I'm not going to do it every day. I'm going to do it once a week, comprised of a bunch of mixed up days of what's going on with me, how I feel, stuff of that nature. So at the present moment, my daily diary reads like this. It's Sunday, 3 days for my birthday, and this week has been hard for me. This week has been hard for me for the simple fact that I finally realized I'm breaking my own heart. When you love someone so much, and it's not even a control thing because I don't want to control anybody, but when you love someone so much that you don't give anything else a chance for real because of what you holding on there, you're losing. You're missing out. And true, some things do come back. Sometimes relationships roll a circle and they roll back around to a good place. Me and this person ain't never been in a bad place. It's just, I found myself not even getting jealous, but just feeling like because she was having sex with different individuals or have had sex with people that she felt like having sex with, I felt like I was losing my bond with her. And I don't know why I felt like sex was just so important. Maybe because when we were together, it's like sex was like, I don't know, it was like a treasure, I guess. In a sense that I felt like I had to work for it. I felt like I didn't feel like it was just something that I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with that because there was a time when I did want it on a regular basis and she wasn't able to provide that because of COVID. So fast forward almost two some years later, and I felt like I said before, I felt like she was my soulmate. I felt like we were just destined to be. So every time I heard or felt or even thought that she was with another guy, it made me feel some kind of way, even though we never stopped hanging out with each other all the time. We never stopped seeing each other. We never stopped doing for one another. We just don't have sex. So I felt like that was the one thing missing, I guess, from whatever we had. And it's crazy because, I own the rights to the music too. It's crazy because when you love someone so much that every time they start a new venture, it adds more solace to your soul. That's a toxic love. So from earlier this week to me losing, I started losing confidence in myself. Started feeling like maybe I wasn't really good enough. Or maybe all these women keep turning me down because I'm not shit. And I don't think that's the case anymore. I think women turn me down because they read the energy, which is he's not fully invested right here. So if I'm not fully invested right there, they'd be a fool to try to invest in me knowing that the tank or the bank account is already empty somewhere else or already devoted somewhere else. So I have lots of different play mothers. I talked to one of my play mothers, or however you want to call them, different mothers, because I have my real mother, my birth mom, and we talk sometime. And then I have like different, I guess, best friends or relatives or brothers or cousins, moms, and we talk. So Someone put it to me like this, and this is the realest I've ever heard it yet, and it snapped me out of my funk. If you're riding down a hill on a bike, and you take your hands off, you take your feet off the pedals, and you take your hands off the handlebar, it's exhilarating to go down that hill real fast. But until you control it, you bound to hurt yourself if you don't control the bike. So if you let the bike control you, you'll be hurt. So I guess metaphorically, if I let this woman control my heart and don't take control of it myself, I'm causing myself infinite pain, infinite hurt, infinite sadness, infinite letdown. If I build my hopes up that this is the woman and she gonna do XYZ this time and it never happens. Exactly. My relative asked me the other day, do I know the definition of insanity? Yes. It's anytime you do the same thing expecting a different outcome. Yeah. I had it bad. I had it real bad. And then he flipped it and said, if she's doing the same thing, which she does, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatnot. I think I hold on to a more solid place. And I think, I'm not going to say she holds on, but she appreciates the friendship. She appreciates me being who I am and around her the way I am. Is it good for me? Probably not. Did I put myself in a bad situation? Not necessarily a bad situation. My therapist told me that she was my life support. So instead of pulling the plug all at once and just leaving her alone altogether, I've been pulling the plug slowly, and it hurts ever so more often, and it hurts so much more than just one yank at a time. But I realize I can't be. This is gonna sound crazy. I can't not be a part of her life. So even if I'm just her friend for the rest of my life, I had to be a part of it. So that's my daily diary. To those that's been worried about me or wondering what's been going on with me, that's it. That's it in a nutshell. I've been self-harming myself, not purposely, but purposely. Yeah. Where this been evaluating life and thinking about a lot of things. Wrong and right, right and wrong, left and right, right and left. If I never told y'all, let me tell y'all, I also suffer from schizoaffective. Schizoaffective is when you hear voices or you see things. It's one or the other. But when you do both, it's schizophrenia. I hear voices. I hear two grown men talking in my head, suggesting ideas, sometimes about what I need to do, sometimes about what I'm going through, sometimes about what they think I should do at that moment. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing at all. They just be talking. Now, one of my therapists told me once upon a time, you know, those are all imaginary voices, that they're only in your head. And that's like, yeah, I know that. But when I hear them, as clearly as I hear the music, or as clearly as I hear you, if me and you talking on the phone, that's kind of hard to decipher what's real and what's not. I have a good grip on reality, but they say some of the craziest, meaningless, most important shit at various times in my life. I'll give you an example. One day they were holding a conversation, and I don't want y'all to think I'm nutso or anything. The voices have grown over the years. So like in the beginning, they were like chants or like echoes of things people said to me throughout my life in those voices or in those tones. And then one day, they evolved into two different voices that were just holding a conversation in my head. So I'm trying to concentrate, and I hear these two people talking, not to me, not about me. They were talking, and I was like, "That's some fucked up shit." And Then they started talking to me. But like I said, I'm going to give you an example. So not too long ago, I don't remember when, but not too long ago, they were talking about robbing a bank. And they were talking about everything about how to get away, except how I would get away. Like they were going to leave me in the bank and get away with the money. Like they exist outside of my head. That's how they were talking. So that's just an example of what be going on in my head sometimes. I'm not going to rob a bank. That was just an example of what kind of crazy shit they be saying sometimes. I've also reached out. I've reached back into my past a little bit. So we'll see what happens. With that being said, this is my dose of daily journal. This is my dose of daily diary. This is my dose of daily diary. With that being said, I'm your host, Dysfunctional's World. I'm gonna come up with an intro to this, and peace.